Hello. In this video, I'm going to talk about life after moving from Canada to Thailand. And this is a life update. So I am using my tablet here with my notes. So that's if you see me looking down. So the first thing I want to talk about is how the transition been. So smooth, but I did waste a lot of money in Thailand, to be honest. Like half my savings. Blunder. How that happened, honestly, I just underestimated. Honestly, I think I was just fresh out and I wasn't monitoring it as much as I should have. So that was my number one mistake, not keeping on top of my budget and financing and how much I was spending, finances and how much I was spending. So what I would recommend is not going to Thailand as your first destination, especially if you're planning to travel long term. If you're on holiday, sure, but if you're long term traveling a few months, I recommend going somewhere that is extremely cheap accommodation, transport, food, so you're able to figure stuff out, get accustomed to that life and spending wisely from the jump instead of being somewhere where it's kind of expensive. Like my first accommodation was 300 for 2 weeks, if so much, and that's hella expensive. Right now I'm paying $100 a week. Yeah, compared to 300 for 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, it wasn't 2 weeks. So that's my point number one. I would recommend Bali or Vietnam. The prices are sexy. You would just do it, look into it. Vietnam does require a visa that's a little bit more complicated than the Bali one. The Bali visa you can do on arrival versus the Vietnam one, you have to fill out an application on the proper Vietnam site. Don't try to pay a third party someone, they would rip you off the pricing. They would charge you $100 and something or a bit more to get everything done when you can do it yourself for $50 something. That's the big difference, especially when you're on a budget. Biggest challenges, that's the second thing I want to discuss. So honestly, spending half my savings in the first month, that still hurts. So that was a big lesson for me, definitely. And honestly, that was my only and biggest lesson. Everything else has been smooth and so comforting and so healing. My transition from Canada to here, it's a huge difference in my mood and how I feel, but we'll discuss that in the next one. So the third point is most rewarding thing about the move. For me, it's been freedom. It hits the soul. Freedom to discover who I am. My depression went away within a month and a half of just being away, and I feel like I can do anything. I finally realized that I'm not in a race with anyone except no one. Actually, I'm not in a race. It's okay to take your time to figure out what you want to do, and it's okay to when your plans change, because that's what happened to me. I would plan something, this is what I want to do. For example, I wanted to start my own fashion designing and selling my own designs and styles or whatever I choose, because I think I have good taste in fashion, excluding what I'm wearing now. I'm in my comfort zone. But that's my happy place. But it wasn't practical. Shipping from here isn't practical. Living here and shipping from here. If you live in Canada and the US and you come here, choose your designs and ship them out, yes, you can do that. It's actually, yes, that's a good idea. That's practical, cost-wise. But purchasing from here and shipping individually to customers from here didn't make sense. So automatically that wasn't something I could do. So plans change, right? So I'm also into graphic designing. I love designing. I'm just really into the creative world and creative projects, and just I love art. I love like going to museums. I'm totally into that type of things. So I've been playing around with that. Like I'm doing a 2025 journal. I'm designing. I'm just like having fun. I'm seeing what I'm just exploring my creativity and seeing what I'm seeing where my path will lead me and where God wants me to be as well, because this is also a spiritual journey about me connecting with God the Father and coming more whole with that, and also like unlearning all the bad things and even the things I didn't even know that were not of God. I feel like I'm building a connection where I'm able to see these things and understand more of what He's trying to show me. I still stick to myself, which I think is what I want right now. I don't think I'm in the space to want to just connect with people and give that part of myself. I feel like right now I'm honing all of that in for me. I need as much space to discover and delve deeper into myself first. I think I'm still on my healing journey within before I'm ready to like make friends and like be more social. I'm not, this isn't like a holiday vibe where I'm just like traveling around and like meeting people and like having fun. I'm more like researching, praying, learning discipline, giving myself disciplines, like trying to wake up at a certain time, make sure my room is always organized, and have a schedule that I stick to and be accountable for my actions. So again, I'm just referring to this to make sure I get everything I wanted to talk about. So being more organized, learning to control my thoughts and meditation, right? I'm getting into meditation. There's always something I want to do, yoga. I've always wanted to like get into yoga. I even like bought a course and everything, and I never was able to like go deep into it. So now I'm finally have the time and the opportunity to like delve into that as well. I've started meditating every morning. I have a whole routine now, like when I wake up. So learning to control my thoughts through meditation so I can be more positive and loving to myself. I have trust issues when it comes to men right now, and because of that, I'm not in the space where I'm even dating or anything like that. I'm trying to figure out where that stems from. So in the future, for my future husband, I'll be prepared. I'll be healed with him, you know? So yeah, I'm not even there. I'm also learning the source of that, right? So the source of all of that pain and about that healing. And yeah, so that's that. So the fourth thing I want to talk about is what's next. So I am moving to another country here, and like around where I am, Asia. So I got approved for my visa, and I'll be moving soon. For a year, I will be working and living my best life and continuing to connect with self, connect with God. Maybe at some point I'll be able to start making friends, maybe find a new boo, and that is what next. So I came here. So I moved to Thailand. That was too expensive. So then I went to Bali. And I tell you, my money is intact. I spend near to nothing. My money hasn't moved. It's just like, yes, just the way I like it. So it's beautiful. It was good for my finances. And now I am moving to country X, which I would talk to you guys more on once I'm there. For safety reasons, I'm not trying to like give my live locations. So once I'm there, I'm gonna go through everything with you guys. The visa process, the cost and just life.